Hi everyone, this is Sarah from taxmanforyou.com. This is video number 3 in our 4-part series, How to Deal with the IRS. This video is going to be talking about how to deal with the IRS in writing. So, the very first thing about contacting the IRS in writing, first of all, a little tip. If the IRS contacts you by email, that is a scam. If it's just a random email to you saying, please log in here and put in your personal information, that has scam written all over it. Do not click the links. Do not enter your personal information. That is a scam. They do not contact you by email unless you are already working with a revenue officer and have exchanged emails with that person, so you would know that they are now contacting you. They don't just contact you randomly by email. If you receive something from the IRS by mail, the biggest thing to remember is to be responsive to that mail. Do not ignore it. If you ignore it, a lot of the times I have people come in, they've gotten 3 letters from the IRS, and I say, well, what was in the letters? And they hand me the letters, and they're not even open. They're so afraid to open them. And then there's not even a problem. It's just something the IRS was correcting for you, and they just wanted to notify you. So please do open them, and then be responsive. If most of the time they give you a due date to respond to the piece of mail, try to respond by that date. If you can't, or if that date has already passed, like you were on vacation, you didn't get your mail for 3 weeks, you get home and here's IRS mail and you have to answer it in 2 days and there's just no way you can, do call them up again at that toll-free number. I'm going to put it in the sidebar for you, and let them know that you received the mail, you're wanting to respond, but you're going to need, this many days. Usually they'll give you up to 30 days extension, as long as, you tell them this is the reason why I need it, or I'm still trying to order bank statements or whatever, because a lot of the time you have to order maybe bank statements or find some receipts that you need to go through, some old boxes, something like that. But be as responsive as you can, okay? When you send anything to the IRS by mail, if you're responding to something they've already sent you, there's a cover page on that, and you want to attach that cover page to the very front of whatever you are sending in. Don't put your cover letter on top, put that their cover letter on top. It does have a barcode they can scan, and it will be sent immediately to the correct IRS department that's dealing with your account. So please make sure that you send that in, because it's going to speed up how fast they can figure out where it's supposed to go. Make a copy of everything that you send to the IRS and write the date at the top of it that you sent it, so that you know exactly when it went out and you still have everything that went out in case they ask for it again, which, like, about 30% of the time they need it again, I would say. I mean, it's the rate of people getting lost in the shuffle is quite high, actually, that I've found anyway. Most people think that if they don't respond to a letter, they're going to go to jail, okay? And again, not usually the truth. The people that go to jail are the people that owe millions of dollars in back taxes, the Wesley Snipeses, and the rich people of the world, okay? The average American, they're not going to haul you off to jail on January 15th because the date of the letter to respond was January 14th, okay? They're not coming to get you, all of that. It's not something to have a heart attack over. Just continue to breathe, get them what they want as soon as you can, and send it back in. Also, please don't wait until your wages are garnished. Sometimes the IRS sends out a letter and they say, you owe us X amount of dollars. Let's say it's $10,000. And you look at the letter and you say, oh yeah, this is wrong. It's wrong and I can solve it, and there's something easy I need to do to solve it, and then you just don't do it because you think, oh, it's so easy, I can just call up at any time and solve this problem. Okay, so it's very easy to resolve, but you ignore it. Okay, so then 10 days later they are sending another letter, or 30 days later they're sending you another letter, and 90 days later they're sending you another letter. And all the time you're like, yeah, it's an easy problem, I can just fix it if I just call, but I just haven't gotten around to calling. Then they garnish your wages. Once you have a garnishment in place, okay, then it becomes harder to remove that garnishment. And then you say, well, they shouldn't have taken it in the first place and they should pay me back and all of this stuff. Then you have to solve the problem and get the levy released. So it becomes an even bigger problem. So that's the reason why you want to be responsive before they get to the point where they're garnishing wages. Even if it's something easy, it gets a lot harder once they start garnishing you. Okay? Now, as far as faxed information, there is no confirmation when you have a fax, when you send a fax, that they've received it. And you can't call right away to see if they've received it. So once you send something, unless it's directly to a revenue officer, nobody is going to know that it came in. It's not going to be updated on the computer system for about a week. So wait about a week and a half and then call in and say, did you get my fax? I sent it to you on this date. And the person you're calling can look it up in the computer and see if something was received on your account on that date. It probably won't be processed at that point, but at least you'll know that it's been received and somebody will be looking at it. Okay? So that is all we have for contacting the IRS by mail or by fax or by email. Anytime you have to do that in writing, just take lots of notes and be prepared. And it's, again, a slow system. When you send something in, a lot of the times they can mark it as received, but it won't actually be processed for another 6 to 8 to 16 weeks. I mean, it's amazing how long these waits are, and it's not really their fault. It's just they have to do what they can with the resources that they have. So, just some tips that, be prepared that it's going to be slow, all right? So this is Sarah from thattaxwoman and you have a really great day.